Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Tanda Baba. I am a mother of 4. I have 4 daughters. I have twin girls, or 5. Moyel's 3 and Angela's 22 months old. So today, I just wanted, for a very long time, I've been meaning to film this video, but because of the obvious reasons, like the kids are keeping me occupied and I have lots of video ideas, but I can't really get time to sit down and share them with the world. Okay, did I mention Antle? This is Antle. Antle, say hi. Hi. Say hi. Hi. She wanted to be on the video. So like I was saying, I am a mother of 4. This is my youngest, Antle, and the other sisters are playing outside. Today I want to share some tips about how to increase a child's concentration span. I know most parents are panicking, especially now since the country basically is on a lockdown, I would say, as we're in isolation because of this COVID-19. But I think what's important for us as parents is to keep calm and have just be positive about the whole situation. I know it can be very stressful and all of that, and to top things off, you are at home with your kids and you still have to do your work maybe, or you still need to clean your house, do the obvious things, wash, bath them, do all those things. So it's so important that we get them to concentrate, and we can actually use this period to increase their concentration span. Without wasting any time, let me just go straight into it. The first things first, the scientist has proven that diet plays a very important role in our lives, even in our kids' lives. So we need to pay attention to what we give our kids, what kind of food we're giving them. I'm not saying go organic or be a vegetarian or any of those things. I can't impose that on you. That's your decision to take. I'm just saying we need to be cautious of what kind of food we're giving them, because some of the food has lots of artificial things and colorants and sugar and all the bad things that are not good for your child, for your child's development, and they're not even good for their brain. Secondly, we need to have a schedule for everything. It's easy for a child to concentrate on whatever activity, on whatever thing that you want them to do if they know what comes next. Another thing that we must make sure is to limit screens. Limit the amount of time your child spends on screens. Screens are not good for your child, honestly. I know we as parents use screens as scapegoats because we know once we give them the screens, they'll be quiet for the next hour or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours, depending on how long you'll give them the screens. But we need to limit the time they spend on the screens, because what they're watching on the screens, it's very fast and we can't compete with that. So if they are used to that, if they're used to the screens, the cartoons and all the music and everything is fast in there. So if they're used to that, they won't be interested in your talking because you are boring. Basically, you don't have background music and you speak like this. They're used to this. By screens, I mean TV, videos, or cell phone, iPad, or any screen. Just minimize that. That kills the child's concentration span. I'm sorry, guys, I got interrupted. It was first Antle and everyone else just flooded in the house. You must also encourage open-ended toys, as you can make different scenarios with that, and then that helps the child being creative. Another thing that helps in increasing the child's concentration span is puzzles. Yay! My kids love puzzles, and I think you can make your kids love puzzles as well. You just start small, start with the big puzzles depending on your child's age, and then you keep on increasing the number of pieces in the puzzle, and you can play together, and as they focus in making this piece, they're focusing in one thing, and that can really help with their concentration span. Also, encourage focusing on one thing. I know nowadays we always make it sound like it's a cool thing to multitask, but it's actually not a good thing. If you're doing one thing, just focus on what you're doing. If they're eating, they must just focus on eating. If they're playing, they must focus on playing. Or if I don't know, they're doing something, but you must just encourage them to focus on doing one activity at the time. If they're playing blocks, then let's play blocks. Don't play blocks while you're watching TV or trying to multitask. That is not good for a child, and it will kill your child's concentration span. Depending on your child's age, again, introduce maze in your child's. They force the child to concentrate because they need to look and find the right path through the maze, and that will definitely increase your child's concentration span. You can find these on the internet, but there are also books from PEP. The workbooks that you can buy, they're like 17 rand at most, 20 rand, and they have different things. They have spot the difference, maze, and they have different things that the fun activities that your child can do while at home, and if you're working on your child's concentration span. One of the things that the kids love doing is coloring. And coloring is actually very good for a child. It's actually not just good for a child, it's even good for you as an old person, because coloring can be used as some form of therapy, and it can help you as well as an old person. You should try it. There are even coloring books for old people. But even with the kids' coloring books, you can try it and see it for yourself. Just spend 5 minutes in a quiet place where you switch off your phone and then you just focus on coloring, and you will see it will really help you as a parent. And it can do the same and even more for a child, and it will help with the child's concentration span, it will help them with the pencil grip, it will help them with a number of skills. But right now, just talking about the child's concentration span. So they will be coloring, they'll be having fun, and they will be tracing whatever you want them to trace and color, and then they learn the other skills, but they also increase their concentration span. Legos. I think if not the child at some point in their lives have had Legos. The kids call them blocks or whatever you call them, but they help with the concentration span. The child is building something, they're focusing on whatever they're seeing, and they also exercise their creativity as they're building this one item that they have imagined in their mind. Please forgive me, the lighting is changing a bit. I'm using natural light, so now I can see. Introduce board games to your child. That will help, and it doesn't just help with the concentration span, it helps with a number of things, but it will definitely increase the child's concentration span. Another tip that I have for you guys is read aloud. Read to your kids. Read anything. It can be a Bible, it can be a story, it can be anything. Just read to your kids, read aloud. It's not only good for increasing their concentration span, but it's also good for their vocabulary as well. And also it gives you the opportunity to spend quality time with your kids. That's Angela keeps on calling me. She's just here. I keep on touching her head because she's here disturbing me. Another tip I have for you guys is limit the toys that you give your kids. You must separate your kids' toys. Separate their toys. Kids are not able to play with all of their toys at the same time. You need to separate them somehow. Find a way of separating your toys. If you guys are interested, I will show you how I separate my kids' toys, and they don't need a lot of toys. That's the honest truth. Just separate your toys, and you will see they will start enjoying their toys more, and they will take very good care of them. Also introduce sensory bins, which can be sand or water, or I don't know, depending on what you have in your house. That helps increase your child's concentration span as well. Lastly, nature, guys. Make sure you take your kids out. And what I'm saying out, I'm talking about the balcony out. I'm talking about nature. Go outside where there's fresh air, there are trees, there are things to do. Take a walk with them. Make them play outside, make them play with dirt, make them play with water, make them be in touch with nature, and that's on its own. And if you're taking them outside, I would highly recommend that you leave the toys at home. Leave the toys at home and just go outside, go play outside. Maybe if you're going to the park, just go to the park and play outside and enjoy nature. Somehow nature has this healing effect and has this, you know what I mean? It's getting really dark, so I'm gonna pause here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. I highly appreciate your support. And if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and leave a comment on what you do to increase a child's concentration span, especially right now, since we are stuck with them. Yes, there's no preschool, there's no school, we are stuck with them at home. Please follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. I'll leave everything below. I'll leave the link of the other videos, so I think you might find it.